Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Helton. I'm in ESRM 462 Coastal and Marine Management. And today, the California coastal management issue that I will be discussing is how tourism affects the water quality in Santa Monica Beach. So, why did I choose Santa Monica? I chose to study Santa Monica Beach because growing up in LA County, I always heard Santa Monica Beach as being the spot to visit, especially the beach next to the pier. I knew it was one of the busiest places in LA County and that it brought in a lot of money with tourism. But personally, living in the area, I always heard that it was really dirty, super polluted. And so I always thought I was better off going to another beach. But growing up there, I thought it would be interesting to kind of dig a little deeper into how tourism has affected the area and specifically the environmental aspects of it. So that leads us to the beach water quality importance. Obviously, we know visiting the beaches that there's a plethora of marine life that lives within the waters that we're swimming in. And so water quality is obviously very important for their health and their survival and well-being. But not only is it important for them, but it's also important for the people swimming in the waters. So when these water qualities become unhealthy, it can lead to illness in the marine life as well as ourselves who are actually swimming in the water and recreating in these waters. And this aspect is closely monitored. And once these levels reach an unhealthy amount or an unhealthy level, beach ordinances go out and advisories go out to either prevent people from swimming in the waters or visiting the beaches altogether until they reach a healthy level again. So, a tourism footprint. How does tourism link to these harmful effects in the beaches and water quality? So, with any highly populated area, there's going to be a large amount of waste coming from all these people. One of the big factors is litter and plastic waste. We all know that humans produce trash. Plastic, especially, is harmful to the beaches and the water quality. Um, and with tourists coming in, there's obviously an influx in the trash that we're gonna output from all the tourists. And there's also several different types of runoff. For example, there's increased amount of wastewater as well as storm runoff. And the pollution within the stormwater runoff leads into the ocean. So things like vehicle emissions, with more tourism, people are traveling here and there way more frequently. So there's a lot more driving involved, which obviously increases vehicle emissions. So the gas and oil that the vehicles emit then washes away with the rain and further leads into the oceans, which negatively impacts the water quality. So to measure these damages, Heal the Bay actually has the only comprehensive examination of waters on the West Coast. So they will examine things like bacteria levels and submit a what's called a report card for that beach or for that river. Um, and looking at the report cards for Santa Monica Beach, there are some good reports and there are a lot more poor reports, especially compared to other beaches. And this is due to an increase in bacteria levels as well as an increase in beach advisories, which then brings down the report card. So, what can we do to help? So one of the biggest things that we can do to actually reduce our waste and our trash is what's called pack in, pack out. So that just basically means whatever you bring with you to a site that you're visiting, such as the beach, Santa Monica Beach, you are going to bring back with you on your person. So if you're bringing snacks that have packaging, you're going to pack your packaging back with you and take it back with you so that it's not being left on the beaches to then go into the oceans and pollute the ocean. Another thing that a lot of people overlook, especially tourists who are unfamiliar with visiting the beaches and swimming in the ocean, is wearing reef-safe sunscreen. So, two of the biggest and most common chemicals that are harmful to the oceans are oxybenzone and oc octinoxate. And these are present in a lot of big name brand sunscreens. Some of them are listed here. Um, and a lot of tourists are unfamiliar with this fact that they can be harmful to a variety of ocean life, including coral. It can contribute to coral bleaching, and it can also interfere with the reproductive abilities of many other marine species, such as algae and fish. So this is important to keep an eye out for and spread the word of. Another thing we can do is utilize public transportation. So using the train or carpooling instead of just driving yourself. Um, that reduces the amount of emissions that are going out. Um, we could also just support sustainable tourism practices so we can shop locally, we can eat locally. That all reduces our carbon footprint on the area. We can also do a more broad approach and contribute to beach cleanup. So beach cleanups are held quite often nowadays, especially on the West Coast. And it's nice to get your hands dirty and feel like you're really making a difference in leaving this space better than when you arrived. And lastly, another thing we can do is participating in the voting process of better stormwater capture programs. So, as I said, stormwater runoff contributes majorly to poor water quality. It drags all the pollutants into the ocean, so better filtration systems or green infrastructure to filter this water um, helps a lot in reducing the amount of pollution that is going into the waters as kind of a last resort approach. So yeah, that's just some factors that affect the water quality in Santa Monica and how tourism goes into play with it.